folks, welcome back to the channel. This is Ziggy. We've got a Burlesque extravaganza for you today, another 7ACAVaganza. Don't forget, join up to 7ACAV whenever you want to. So this first game is Shell Sponge on Highway, and he is platooned with myself and Sealy. Sealy's driving the Pantera, myself and Shell are driving the Burlesques. Bourrasques really, but I call them Burlesques. So, let's see how this goes, shall we?
Let's go.
So, Shell and I decide to go down to the road on the way to the highway and see what we can spot crossing. So we're heading down that way. We're seeing this from Shell's viewpoint, but you see me poking my ugly head up a little bit later on, getting in his way and all that shit like I normally do. So we're ripping down to the trees up here at, on the highway where you can spot people coming across. I'm not far behind Shell now. 262 spotted. Shell pops up here and puts a beautiful shot into the AMX 13, whatever the hell it is down there. BC 12T, that's right. And nails him and takes a shot from the AMX 1357 in return. So we now know where that little bugger is. I've got to be careful of that thing because it's got a rapid fire gun. So now I'm going to pop up and see whether I can put one into the STA, but he disappears off the radar, or he's too low for me to get a shot on, but Shell's just hanging back here looking to what he can do next. He's deciding to go into the city and duke it out with some of the heavies that have probably already made it there, or maybe get into a position so he can shoot people coming down the railway tracks. I think that's what he does actually, yes he does. He's heading to shoot people coming down the railway tracks. Already one spotted. Oh, he's done a Ziggy. Caught himself up on a wall of a building, which is normally what I do. I think I got that kill. Yeah, I did. I got the kill on the Type 64. I finished him off. So that's like basically 2 sets of eyes of theirs out of the game now, so that's a good thing for our team. It's a big hit on the stirrer mill without taking any in return. And there's another one. Awesome play by Shell. He's the thinking man's tank driver, this guy. Really does know how to position his tank and really does know how to extract maximum damage from a game without taking too much himself. Unlike me, who just runs around like a chook with its head cut off, shooting at anything that moves. That's a big hit on the Jag. I always thought the roll on this was 390 alpha, but it's actually 360 alpha, so that's a very high roll on the Jag. See if he can repeat it. 334. RNG. Still, it gives and it takes away, right? So this is me basically getting in the way of everyone besides Shell. Can have a crack at the King Tiger now, I think, or the low maybe. No, the King Tiger. Interesting that lower hull could have been penetrated. I think he might have hit the join between the lower and the upper hull there. More a RNG problem than anything else. I think if it hit the lower plate, he would have went through that like butter basically, but he didn't, so that's the way it is. He's had a crack at the low and couldn't get a shot into him. The low's going to work on the 50 TP beside him. I think I'm up the main street now trying to get shots on the guys up the top of the up the up on the top road up there, trying to slow them down from coming around and doing some nasty stuff to us. Not having much luck penetrating this tiger. There we go, there's one into him. Shell's just taking a reload. Now this thing's got a a pretty good burst potential, especially if you can surprise someone with the first shot, because you'll get the second shot in no worries at all, and you can get probably 700 to 800 out of a quick 2-second burst of shells from this thing. Rounds, I should say, not shells, rounds. So he's going to circle around here and get in behind these guys from another angle, and I'm following him around as well. I'm being the good wingman, well, as good as I can be. So now he's behind these guys, although the low's pointing towards him, but the point is that the low's not focused on him anymore because he lost him off his radar. Now he's going to have another crack at this king tiger. Oh, the tiger's reversing up the street. How about that, eh? Oh no, he's got his turret turned around, pointing over the arse end of it. And he's got him. Set him alight. Hello, little E25. Set him alight. Shell's breaking contact again and going to come in from another angle. This is a good shot, this one. I think it's this one. Yes, it is. Finished him off, no worries at all. Good side shot. Meanwhile, I'm trying to knock out this low, but nothing I'm doing is penetrating him, so I'm just reloading now. Shell's also now on a reload. Two of these things working together is they can be quite lethal, especially if you get the synchronized. He's got this guy. One scratch, one low. Now there's only the last lurver left, and Shell's running up this side, I'm running down the other side, and we're going to catch him in a crossfire. Shell takes a shot from him, puts one into him, I come around the corner and put two quick ones into him. There it is. All dead. So that was a great game from Shell. Fantastic game. 4,353 damage on record. Let's see what his end plates say. So 4,353 is his damage, 133,754 coin and 10,458 XP. Mastery badge 1. So you can see he topped out on the damage and on the XP on this game. I come in a distant 6th or 7th or something, I think it was. It was fairly low damaging game from me, and Sealy was down there as well, but done his bit. He went out the other side of the map and duked it out with the mediums on the other side. Second game features myself, Shell and Sealy again, Sealy in the Lorraine 40T this time. And this one happened on my stream last Thursday night, so I contemplated putting in the stream recording of it just so you can see what we were talking about and such, and how we coordinated our attacks. But when I recorded it, it didn't work out as good as this recording, so I decided to scrap it and just go with the replay. So Shell and I are deciding to go up to the hill, and Sealy's going to push up to the centre line there and try and suppress the centre from coming up and taking shots at us, pot shots at us. So we're off over to the hill as fast as our little legs will carry us, well, little tracks will carry us. And let's see if we can knock a few up on the top of the hill. This thing is quite stealthy, and I've got mine set up for maximum view range and the maximum I can for lower aim time. The aim time on this thing is quite horrendous, something like 3.7 seconds standard, and I've got it down to 2.6 or 2.7 or something like that, so not bad. The aim time I've got is now only about half a second more. Gee, I didn't realise that STA had bailed on that. He dived straight down to the thing. That's yeah, interesting. Yeah, my aim time is only about 0.4 or 0.3 of a second longer than my Lorraine 40T now, which is, you know, manageable, but still not A1. But as I say, if you can get the first shot away to someone unsuspecting, you can generally get 2 shots into them and make their day really bad. As you can see, Shell just got 2 shots into the Lorraine 40T, and if I had been watching, I probably would have been able to get a shot into him as well, and probably we would have, between the two of us, would have clipped him out. And now Shell's reloading, and I've spotted this Pantera, so I need to put some hurt on this Pantera if I can. I know I'm probably going to take a shot from someone, but need to get some shots into him and get his numbers down as well. And Shell took out the STA as it was fleeing, which is good. And the Lorraine 42 on the other side went down to our Lorraine 42. That's Sealy doing his bit. He's over here now, keeping the heads down from the people in the centre so we can do our work up the top, which is very good. Centurion's up. I can't get any shots on him because I think he's behind the dead carcass of the Lorraine 40T, maybe, I think. I think that's the dead carcass we can see up ahead of us there. There's that charioteer that put a shot into me earlier on. I think he's put 2 shots into me by now, hasn't he? No, he hasn't. He's just put the 1 in. He does get another shot into me a little bit later on again because I linger around after firing my 2 shots a bit too long, but it's got me buggered why he wasn't firing hash. If he had fired hash at me, he would have messed me up completely. I would have been dead. The hash round puts out so much more damage, and it's a great round in that 105, the British 105mm. So we're just keeping the top spotted here and basically trying to keep them suppressed, stop them from coming over, whilst hopefully the guys in the centre work out what they want to do with the guys in the centre, if you know what I mean. They're not lighting anything up there, which becomes a little bit annoying for Sealy, our platoon mate. You know, someone should be poking up there and just trying to get his Shell checking out that SU-130, because he knows that the SU-130 fires behind it, we're going to get spotted. Well, he'll get spotted and we could take shots for him, so we don't want to do that. I got hit by the charioteer again, just another APCR round, thankfully, because if he had been firing hash, I would have definitely been dead then. This thing is so lightly armoured that, well, basically you can penetrate it with anything, and I would definitely be firing hash at these things if I was in a charioteer. Then again, I fire hash at most things in my charioteer because I find the meme values of the high rolls very, very funny. There's Sealy asking the mid to be spotted nicely. Centurion 5-1 is starting to be a bit of a pain in the bum. There's only him and the 110 over there now, and we really need to take control of this hill before too much longer. You can see our Oho off to our left went up there and got smoked going and trying to get across, which here goes this SU-130 again. Shell gives him the great turret waggle of negativity, basically saying stop trying to push me out and get out of my way and stay out of the way. But you know, the SU serves his purpose here, so we all got one into him. The SU, myself and Shell got one into him and takes him down to I think about 9 or 8 hit points, which kind of governs our next decision pretty well. Shell and I are thinking we're almost ready to push over here, and we're just working out, well, I guess thinking about how we're going to do it. So we get a spot on the Centurion again, and I realise, and Shell realises that this is HE territory, right? So I quickly reload a HE clip, pardon me, And there goes that charioteer, so that's another one out of the way. I've got the spotting damage for it. I'm up to 2,303 spotting damage and 1840 damage now, which is not bad for me. So about here we realise that the Centurion is basically, I know I'm loading HE now, so we've already realised that the Centurion is HE material, and I'm just reloading. I'm trying to get a different angle on him, but unfortunately he's not going to show his head again now, but we fixed that a little later. So I'm looking at, I've only got 2 HE shells, one clip of 2 shells in this tank. That's all I take for resetting caps and blowing away low health vehicles. We just lost Sealy, so this kind of cements our decision to make a move. He got shot from the centre, I'm pretty sure. So Shell's off and he's saying, okay, come on, follow me, and I will take the hit from both of them when we go over the top, which I thought was a really good tactic. So he's ready to take the hit from both of them and finish off the 110, and I'm going to finish off the Cent 5-1. Cent 5-1 down, 110 down, and Shell didn't take a hit, which was great. They were both looking out to the centre there, trying to suppress the centre. And yes, I know I run into the Centurion. I kind of figured that if I didn't take him out with my HE round, then I was going to ram him to death. I know it would have killed me, but at least it would have stopped him from firing on Shell as Shell ran across here. So it was intentional to run into him. Of course, the one thing beautiful about World of Tanks is that when you run into a dead tank, you don't lose any damage, don't lose any hit points, I should say. It's just one of the little quirks of the game which can work to your favour. So if you kill them before you run into them, you don't lose any damage, don't lose any hit points, I should say. So I just noticed now that Shell's gone down. I was sitting up here thinking, well, if the Progetto's going to fire anyone, he should spot me and fire at me and give Shell a chance to get over, but Shell's now dead. He got double tracked on the top of the ridge there, and there's not much he could do about it. So I'm now going through the mini-map and thinking, well, there's none of these TD's been spotted yet, so they've all got to be over in the corner there. So now I'm going to duck over here. I would have ducked over the other side, so I spent less time up and visible to the enemy, but that STA was in the way, so didn't want to trust going around. So there we go. Believe it or not, I spotted him. You can see I'm getting the damage for it. So that's the 500 metre view range on this thing that I've got. And I was locked on the Scorpion but hit the SU-130. Hey, how about good luck for you? In every good game there's some good luck. So that was all my spotting damage as well. 3,603 now. So right now I'm saying to Shell and Sealy, I don't really want to die in this game. I'd rather make it through to the end. And Shell points out to me that I probably shouldn't die because I've got 6.1k of combined damage, and staying alive would make it a good game. So I was going to go over on this Progetto, but not knowing where the last TD was, I decided not to do that. Unfortunately, it cost us the SU-130 PM, but c'est la vie. So now I'm going over on the Progetto. Once again, shoot and ram. That one there was probably more of an accident than anything else, because I was a bit excited about getting that kill. And there goes the last TD down. So 2 kills for me, I think 1 or 2 for Shell. But anyhow, here we go. Personal score, 134,499 coin, 9,797 XP, 30 bonds, only good enough for a Mastery 2. I finished on the top in XP, 1,244. I think I finished 2nd or 3rd on damage, I'm not sure. Looks like 3rd maybe. 3rd on damage. And Sealy, he done well as well, 1,303 hit points of damage, he done well. Yeah, Shell's finished on top with damage, 3,433. It's another great game by Shell. And after all that, I cleared 100,719 credits. So it's not bad going into the bank, I think. Not bad at all. So this last game, I saved the best for last. This is Shell again in the Bourrasque, and this happened on my stream on Tuesday night. Unfortunately, Shell and I are on opposite teams. You look over in the team opposition, I am the Bourrasque on the opposition. And I'm probably going to pay for being on the opposition team to Shell. But anyhow, we'll see how it goes. So Shell initially takes off heading down to the city and then changes his mind and starts heading up because he knows that I'll never go to the city in... Well, I like to think it's because he knows that I'll never go to the city in the in my Bourrasque. So he thought, well, best chance of catching me unawares is up here in the bushes with a long-range shot. So, of course, like any clan, if we see each other on the team, we drop everything else and try and kill one another, right? That's what clans do. Well, that's what every clan I've been in has done. So here we go. The standard rounds over distance, obviously APCR, it loses penetration over distance, and the standard rounds over distance can let you down a little bit, right? So I never make mistakes with load and goal when I'm firing over distance because you want to make sure it pans. Also think, maybe I'm wrong, but also think the gold round has got a little bit more shell velocity in this tank than the because you look at some of these shots that Shells fires in this game, you can see a ballistic arc on the standard shell, and I don't recall ever seeing that on the gold round. So I think the gold round is a little bit faster, has a little bit better velocity than the standard round. I could be wrong, and I'm happy to be proved wrong on that, by the way, but. I mean, I don't think anything's up there with the velocity of the round that comes out of the spout of that AMX CDA Tier 8 French turretless tank destroyer. The rounds on that are just wickedly fast. Even the standard round is just so ridiculously fast, it's not funny. So if you're ever looking for a tank, pardon me, a tank that's great for shooting over distance and getting your shot without a lot of lead, go for the AMX CDA. It's got fantastic. Oh, look at this. Snap! Boom. Yeah, now he took 2 snapshots there, one at the Centella and one at the Type 59. Never hit one of them. Of course, he snaps at Ziggy. Boom. Got me. So now I'm thinking, well, I know where Shell is, so I'm just going to back off and let my spot stank go away and see what we can do later on. But I know that Shell's down here, so I'm not going to push down this line. And certainly not going to push whilst we've got 3 reasonably low health tanks sitting up there in the centre of the town. That is, their 3 reasonably low health tanks. So Shell's just looking for shots of opportunity here through the buildings. I just took down the I just took out the Progetto and the M4190 there, I think. So they're both reasonably unhappy with both one another, and the M4190 unhappy with his team for not pushing up. But, you know, I also died in that attempt. So Shell's just playing the long game here. He's keeping in cover, making sure he knows where everyone is before he moves up, but he's decided, well, he needs to make a move now, so... And he does get some spotting done running up on this run, I believe. Yep, there's a Centurion 5-1, 1-shot kill. This is what this tank is good for, right? So this is another really good thing that it's good for. At the end of the game, it's like the bat chat, right? Running around and cleaning up. Look at this. 2 shots, 2 kills. It's an amazing tank for doing just that. Now he's just got to wait the 20 odd seconds for the reload. Alright, and you'll get another one here. Boom, 3 shots, 3 kills. So it's, as I said, it's an amazing tank for running around doing the cleanup at the end of the game. Kind of trying to get a bead on this STRB 103B now. and it makes the mistake of going across the road here. Shoal gets one into his arse end. Crosses and stops and thinks, well, I can go in there and cause a bit of havoc. So he's just having a look, and he's going to rip around and give these guys what for if he can make it in time. 5 shots, 4 kills. No, it's 6 shots, 4 kills, sorry. So that just leaves the heavies in town. As yet unspotted Udes and the Leopard PTA. He knows where the Leopard PTA is, and he will certainly find out very shortly where the Udes is, like right now. Round the corner, decapitates the Udes and bounces up the side of the Leopard. How about that? It was a very acute angle, and I think he might have went into the track area of the Leopard PTA there, but hey, I think he would have liked that shot to go in, but anyhow, he's now loaded. Time to kill the Leopard. He takes a shot from the Leopard and puts 2 shots into the Leopard and kills it, and that's for the game. So 6 kills for Shoal there, 3,395 actual damage and 1,362 spotting damage. So another great game from Shoal, and that finishes off the Burlesqueaganza, I'm going to call it, I think, or maybe the Bourrasque Bunga Bunga party. No, I won't call it that. So he finished on top in damage and top in XP. Great game from Shoal. He made 75,000 coin after tax, so he's done well. He must have had to pay for a repair kit or something, 20,000. So that's it, guys. Don't forget, we are recruiting, so we're always recruiting, and also do not forget to smash the subscribe button and the like button, please. Thank you. See you.